All right. Okay. Uh, yeah, this is a new software, so I apologize if the first time use, if I am with it confused. You know, as you know, I am a new Muslim. And by the way, I saw some Muhammadan in the chat saying, the Christian prince is running from us. Well, I always run from you. I mean, isn't it obvious? I mean, non-stop running. Like every day I run. Anyway, why is the Christian prince called a prince? I don't know why your mom, she called you double whatever. Pingas. Ask yourself those questions. At least my name makes sense, what your name mean. So today our topic is about the foolish ones and the foolishness. And I hope we will be able to finish the broadcast without having difficulty in the broadcast. There's a fan? You hear a fan? Yeah, it's very hot actually. Sorry, I apologize for that. Let me see if I can do something about it. You guys want me to be cooked, don't you? Okay. Let us see. A metal fan? Maybe this is from the setting of the audio in this program. If the broadcast is not good, I will delete it later. You know, we are just trying this thing to see if it's going to work or not. But we will see. Yeah, next time we'll try to do something better. Anyway, the topic today is about how some people who they are really foolish, but they think they are happy, and they think happiness come to them from being foolish. And that life is around us is full of those people. Drugs, parties, drinking. But you will notice that people who they live their life in such a way, they suffer horribly, and they are not happy. A person, he go and he drink. After he drink, he have headache, he is unhappy, he is sad, he is desperate. A person, he put a tattoo after tattoo after tattoo, and still he look weird, he look like a fool. He don't look normal. Tattoo in the face, tattoo in the neck, weird stuff on their arms, in their chest. You don't know what people want. You don't know really what people they are trying to get. What is exactly people looking for? Like you walk in the street, you see all kind of weird stuff, weird people, rings. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. You might think they are satanic, but maybe they are not. But obviously there is something wrong with those people, something not right. And the same I find the one who follow Muhammad. Muhammadan, they don't put a tattoo and like those mad people, but they have a different tattoo. As an example, Muslim women, because her prophet, he told her to be decent, she have a tattoo in her face, which is hair. You see, if you want to find out if a Muslim woman, she is decent according to Islam, and she is listening to the teaching of Muhammad, is the one who do not take hair from her face. So the woman who take hair from her face, obviously she is not being a good woman according to Muhammad. So a woman, she have hair, she have a tattoo. Allah get angry if this woman, she take the tattoo from her face. Why? We do not know. Muslim, they claim that they are happy people. But me, myself, I never saw a Muslim is happy. They claim to be happy. But are they? I don't think so. and improve their life. Islam did not improve their life. The same as drugs destroy your life, Islam does the same. Drugs destroy your health. Islam destroy your health. And the most awkward thing happened when you are a Muslim is losing your mental health. Today I'm using different Skype. I have it in the info of this video. You can contact me if you wish, if you are a Muslim. Just be sure, please, you text me first, and then I will call you. You cannot call me right away. This is how my Skype is set up for privacy. So we don't receive calls when we are talking and when it's not time to talk or take calls. So first text me. And I saw a guy, his name is Sami. I don't know if Mr. Sami is around. He said he want to talk to me and he is desperate to talk to me. Obviously, yeah, I mean, and I'm running away from him. Yeah. Let us see, Skype is open. All right, notification. Yeah, let us see. So if this hero, Sami, is around, feel free, Mr. Sami, to contact me. Again, we are using different Skype today. Sami is Fakira. I don't talk to this girl. You know, this person, Fakira, I feel sorry for her. Very, you know, you will notice right away that the second you convert to this religion, and most of them for sure they are born in this religion, you are a bully, because their God is a bully. If you look at the Quran, how the Quran is talking, it is nothing but the language of a bully. He's just bashing people non-stop. All of this because they don't accept Muhammad. Allah failed to give them any reason to accept Muhammad. In fact, according to the Quran, Allah He gave them conditions not to accept someone like Muhammad unless he do something. As an example, you have to give a sacrifice, and then Allah will send a fire from heaven to consume it. Well, Muhammad, he did not do it. But Allah is the one who asked for it supposedly. And they excuse those people who will not believe anyway. But this is false. Isn't it? Until now there is some stupid people who convert to Islam. Isn't it? Isn't it until now some people convert to Islam because somebody lied to them and told them that the Quran have scientific miracles? Isn't it? So the excuse in the Quran, if we go in the Quran here, we will find the following. Is, guys, the sound of the fan is still coming to you? Do we still have a fan sound? How is the sound is? Any fan around me making noise? I hope not. So if we go to the yellow page of Muhammad, we will find something very funny. And here you ask yourself, who is the wise and who is the fool in this conversation? In chapter 3, verse 183, and let me show you my screen. Let us see. Where is our screen? Alright, I guess now you can see it. Let us zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I think the setup of this program need to change. Things is coming awkward. I mean, I'm zooming out still, hardly you guys can see the verse. So as you see, they said to Muhammad, isn't it Allah is the one who asked us not to believe in anyone unless he do the following? And what is the following? He will give a sacrifice, and then Allah will send fire from heaven to consume the sacrifice, and that clear evident, a signature from Allah supposedly, that this person is approved by Allah. Did Muhammad provide the sacrifice ever? Never. Did Allah send the fire? The same he did to Abraham? The same he did to the children of Noah? Sorry, children of Adam? No. So why Allah he put condition, and then he don't want the condition? Why he made them take an oath that they will not and they shall not accept anyone unless he do the following? This is the wise fool. This is the wise fool Muhammad. Obviously Muhammad is a foolish man. His excuse is a foolish. His agreement is a foolish, because now he confirmed, yes, Allah, he put that condition. At least deny it. So now he confirmed it. And now he agreed that this is the condition to accept him. And yet he gave an excuse that, you know what, you will not believe in me anyway. But what you will lose if you do it, and I am sure there is some they will believe. Imagine today, Muhammad exists between us. And he goes somewhere, and he say, I'm a prophet. And then people, they say to him, you know what, we will believe, guarantee, if you do the following, because God, he put a condition on us. We shall not accept any prophet unless he give a sacrifice, and God, he sent a fire to consume it from heaven. So how many people will believe? A lot. And at least it's a miracle. Even if a single person believe, at least use it against them. Say, you see, here we go. You asked me for this, and this is what my God can do. But we know that this is absolutely false. Because until now, there's people who did not see any miracle of Muhammad. They never saw Muhammad. And yet, they accept to be stupid Muslims. Why? Because somebody told them, like Zakir Naik, there is miracles in the Quran. So what about showing a real miracle, not a fiction one? For sure, then people will believe. So here you see the foolish Muhammad. He is supposedly trying to be wise, and he is refuting them. Well, you know what? Prophet before me, they gave you the same proofs, and you rejected them. Like who? Like who? Even if a Muslim, he say Jesus, even that one will not work. Why? Because there's a lot of Jews witnessed to Jesus and accepted Jesus. Isn't it all the disciples of Jesus are Jews? Aren't they? Thousands and thousands of people believe in Jesus. Some of the Jews, they don't. But that will not change the fact that the miracle of Jesus was a great proof of what he claimed. Otherwise, I can claim to be the Messiah, you can claim to be the Messiah, anyone can say he is the Messiah. So then you need to ask yourself, if Muhammad is the tattoo guy, you know, Muhammad is a person with a tattoo. According to Muslims, the proof that Muhammad is a prophet, he have a tattoo in his back. What is that? A mole. Have you ever heard of a stupid thing like this? Muhammad, he had a mole in his back. And that is the proof that he is a prophet of God. Any one of you here have a mole? Who do have a mole? If you have a mole, I'm telling you, You are a prophet. That's it. Because the Prophet of Allah, Muhammad, he have a mole, and that the proof that he is a prophet of God. Why people don't want to see the reality? What is the proof that Muhammad is a prophet? The mole. Anything else? Any Muslim can help me? If there is anything to prove to me that Muhammad is a prophet, my Skype is open. If you like to join us, feel free. I apologize today, our live stream software is not set up correctly. If you can, don't need to be said on live. Okay. Somebody's asking about God using like a beast to kill the children who made fun of a prophet. So what? They don't like it, they don't like it. Why need to explain? You see, the issue is that you as a Christian, you think you need to explain to them. This is not need to be explained. God, he punished. Those are not children. Those are growing, yes, let's say young ones. So, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, if you make fun of your parents, the punishment is death. The punishment is death. And this prophet is a dear prophet for God. He will not allow them to do that to him. So he punished them. God, he created them. God, he take their life. Isn't it God, he take our life every day? Isn't it people die every day? So if you think about it, God is killing us every day. But this is right. He gave us life, he take life. And one day, you know, you and me and everyone here is going, his life will be taken away from him. By who? By God. So this is different from going after you because you insulted me and I'm going to kill you. God took them. God made them. God gave life. God take the life back. They don't own it. They are not the one who made it. And God will take my life and your life and everybody's life. So you do not need to explain. You see, when you try to explain to a foolish person, you will look like a fool. Because why does one need to be explained anyway? Isn't it in the Bible says that God, he sent a flood, killed everybody? Do you need to explain that too? God, he do as he wish. If God decide now to destroy all people on earth, by the time I finish explaining to you, you will be dead. So, you know, if you are questioning morality, if this is the purpose, well, those boys, they were making fun of an old man for no reason. And in the Old Testament, punishment is so severe for disrespecting elderly people. You disrespect your parents, not like today, you say the F word to your mom. If you say a bad language to your mother, not necessarily the F word, they will make you shish kebab. If you insult your parents, and your parents decide to take you to court, you will be put to death. So this is how severe insulting elderly people. What about an old man and he's a prophet? God himself, he punished them. You know, the problem with some Christians, because they are worried about if we convince them or not. They convince them or not, who cares? Leave Christianity. Don't be a Christian. We are almost 3 billion. Many of them, they are by names. So who care who stay, who leave? We are not the same as Muslim, my friend. You see, when the Messiah came to this earth, only 12 people follow him, as in the beginning. Was it a problem? No. In fact, Christianity was in its best time when the Christian, they used to be, few, very few. And the reason for that, because they were discriminated so hard. So only those who believe from their heart, truly, truly, they are Christians. Right now, if somebody put the sword in the head of any Christian, do you deny the Messiah? Sure, I will deny him, When you go and you see what the history says about those Christians, you will be amazed. So don't worry about who accept, who don't accept, who like it, don't like it. Yesterday, when I went live, I said, never compromise. Never compromise. If you compromise, they will laugh at you. Actually, they will see you as weak. If you challenge them and let the wise and the wisdom of God answer, never feel bad and never be ashamed. And I will say to you something very clear. If a person is ashamed of his Bible, you are not a believer. Then you better denounce your belief and follow something else. A person who believes he don't and he will not be ashamed of his book. Like these days, we see some people, you ask them, what do you think about homosexuality? They start saying, Jesus love everybody. No, this is not the question. What Jesus love everybody? Why you are lying? This has nothing to do with the question. And who said that Jesus loved everybody? It says God loved the world, yes. But Jesus don't love everybody. And that will change. Or let us say, you will see something different when the Messiah come back as a judge. Is he going to be in love with you, or he will send you to hell? So Jesus loved to save everybody. He said, I came for the sick, not for the healthy. So he loved to save you. But doesn't mean he loves you if you are filthy. He don't love you with your filth. Never. You have to come for him, ask him for help, and he will cleanse you. But he never said, I love you because you are a sinner. He loved to save you. And there's a huge difference. So because many people, they are foolish, they compromise and they say something not truthful and not biblical. Isn't it God who destroyed cities because of such an act? Are you ashamed to use that story? Is that how much hypocrite you are? Or maybe you are so afraid. Afraid to say, huh? Where is the Muslim who said he want to debate me and I run away from him? I see no comment. How is the broadcast going, guys? And by the way, I'm going to change the timing from time to time. Like, we were going every day, like a few hours earlier, so people in Europe can join us. But, we will change every few weeks. So people let's say, we give some time for people in Indonesia to join us. Like now, it's morning in Asia, right? What is the time now in Indonesia, guys? Do we have anyone from Indonesia here? To give a chance to people from different territory, not only, like for me, it's better actually to be like a few hours earlier because, as you know, most of the Muslims are in the Middle East, so we will receive more calls if we go live at that time. But at the same time, we will not give opportunity to many people to join us. and we have to be fair so we can give a chance to everybody. It is 6 a.m. in the morning? Oh, okay. Well, I will try then to change it and make it maybe later, like more late. You know. How do you debate me? My friend, don't debate me. I'm no match for you. But I can have a chat with you if you want. Text me in Skype, I will call you. But don't debate me. You know, I mean, it's not right to practice your karate with someone who don't play karate. I think you have a black belt. I don't even have the yellow one. Right? So you want to contact me, feel free. Text me in Skype, I will call you. But don't scare me and tell me I want to debate you. I need to study, I need to prepare myself. You need to give me time. What if you ask me a question I do not know how to answer you and Google is not working? What I will do then? And Jibril is not around. He went to buy cheese. Can we have once a month only Christian so we can ask questions about the Bible and Jesus? Yeah, we can, but you know, my topic is not about the Bible, as you know. This is not my specialty. And you know, like when you talk about the Bible, suddenly everybody is a philosopher and he gives you his philosophy. Like remember last time we spoke about destiny, right? So somebody told me in the Bible the word destiny exists. But I mean, people are like kids. Yes, the word destiny in the Bible is existent. This is a translation. The origin word, it's not really destiny. It's the plan of God. It's not the same as we're talking about for Muslims. In the Bible, as an example, it was a destiny for Adam to be created. Did God ask Adam, hey Adam, do you like me to create you or not? No. So it was only the will of God to create Adam. That is a destiny. It was destiny to be created. And then when Adam commits sin, what the Bible says, the punishment of sin is what? Is death. So that was not a destiny. That was the punishment. Become a destiny. So if Adam never commits sin, then Adam will be alive until now. So even death was a choice of a man. Even death. It's like you say in the law, if you break the law, you go to jail. Is that destiny? No. It's you who choose it. You know the law. Somebody says to me, like in the Bible, it says that God, He chose the prophets before even they are born. But the Bible says that God, He tested every prophet. So even when He chose you, you have to accept. I will give you an example. When God, He chosen Abraham, not only Abraham chosen God. Did God, our Lord, He asked Abraham to sacrifice his son? My friend, Double, I have nobody. This is you? Okay. Give me a second, I will call you. Alright, give me a second. It's you said to me, I'm a Muslim, I know you are alive, you want to have a faithful discussion with me. Wonderful, wonderful. Give me a minute, my friend, to finish my topic. So, when God, He ordered Abraham to take his son and to give him as a sacrifice. And you know how bad it is to tell somebody that him and his wife, they are married all their life waiting for a son, and now you are asking me to kill my son? I mean, come on, that's madness. That was a great test. And not only that, even Isaac, he did not refuse. Because Isaac, he can say, no, Father, what are you doing? So God, He chose in Abraham, yes, but Abraham, he did not fail the test. So Abraham will not be a prophet if he did not pass the test. And that is the case for everybody. Jacob and Abraham, Isaac and Abraham, they passed the test. Jacob is the same. Why the name became Israel? Because he struggled with God. Paul, he was opposing the Messiah. Well, the Messiah, he had a plan for Paul. But in order for Paul to be part of the plan of the Messiah, Paul, he had to change his heart and accept the Messiah. So we don't believe in such a destiny as the Muslims. The Muslim destiny is totally the opposite and awkward. And as long as we have a Muslim trying to call us, let us see if we can have him to join us. I will call you, my friend. Let me know if the sound of the sky is coming to you guys. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend, how are you doing?
Fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. So you are a Muslim, you would like to discuss with me about Islam?
Yes, of course. Why not? But my English is not very good, but I will try my level best.
Alright, let me ask first people in the chat. Guys, do you hear his voice clearly? Is his voice coming to you? Can you talk please, my friend? Can
Yeah, my voice is clear.
Yeah, let us see what they say. You hear him? Alright. So, you know, we are talking about destiny, so maybe you can help us about it. What is destiny in Islam, if you don't mind?
Destiny is a paradise or whatever. It depends that what do you do in this world. So that's our destiny.
Paradise? What does that mean?
Yes, paradise, hell, that's the destiny.
But this is not what Islam believes. Islam believes that your destiny is something written for you before Allah created you. It's something you have to do, right?
No. You have to understand the ideology of Islam. Because in our ideology, God is all-knowing. So if He is all-knowing, so He must know the future of all mankind. It doesn't mean that if He knows anything, it will how to say in English. If He knows anything, so it doesn't mean that that's your actual, how to say that. That doesn't mean interference. Yes, you can say like that.
All right. Do you know, do you have knowledge about your Quran?
Yes.
If something bad happened to somebody, like somebody killed somebody, is that destiny from Allah or it was a choice for the killer to kill?
Allah knows that you will kill.
No, I'm not asking if Allah knows. I'm saying, is it a choice of the killer to kill or a choice only for Allah?
No, it's choice of killer.
So it's not the will of Allah.
No, Allah knows. Will and knows is two different things.
Let us leave the word knows around for now. Focus with me with the word will. So can you confirm for me that this is not the will of Allah?
Allah's already guided us in Quran.
But no, this is not my friend. My friend, I don't know what to call you. What's your name?
Waqas. You can call me. My actual name is Waqas.
Waqas. Okay.
Waqas. W-A-Q-A-S.
Yeah, this is coming from Arabic name Waqas. You mean Waqas?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Waqas. Okay.
So if I do something bad to somebody,
okay,
was it my choice to do it or it was approved by Allah?
It's your choice.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Not right now.
All right. Do you have your Quran with you?
No problem. Okay, just tell.
All right. So in chapter 64, if you open your Quran, verse number 11. Can you tell me what this verse is saying?
Okay, chapter 64.
Verse number 11.
Verse number?
11.
Verse number 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No misfortune ever befalls unless it be by Allah's leave. And whosoever has faith in Allah, Allah directs his heart along the right path. Allah has knowledge of everything. Yeah, what's the problem here?
Well, I ask you, is it the will of Allah? You said no. You said it's your decision. But the verse here says clearly, anything bad happen in this earth happen by the will of Allah and the decision of Allah, not your decision.
Yeah. Okay. Here is not about the decision. Here is about the faith. If you believe on Allah, then you have to follow the Quran, and if you follow the Quran, then you have a right path.
So it's about
this
faith.
Is not about the destiny. This verse is not about destiny.
I see. So it's about fate, but not about destiny.
No, actually you are talking about destiny, but you just put that ayah in front of me, which is not about the destiny.
Who said so? It says it clearly, nothing bad happens in this earth except by the will of Allah. So how you say this is not destiny?
Okay.
And I'm reading the Muslim translation saying, divine predeterminate, before like you exist, if you can see the screen. So this is a decision made by Allah before even He created you.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, we have to conclude this ayah, then we will go to another ayah.
No problem.
So this verse have two portions. One portion is about he's telling about the disasters happen in this world. So what's the problem?
If I kill somebody, isn't that a disaster to him and his family?
No, natural disaster.
Well, no. This is not about natural disaster. You are making things up. Can you open the interpretation for the verse?
Okay, so if you go back to the 10th verse, here he is talking about the people who will not believe. What happens to them? So it clearly, the context clearly tells that this is about afterlife. This is not in this life. Because if you go to the ayah number 10, okay, maybe you can open the ayah number 10 if you have.
All right. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, so I just want to open the English. Wait a minute. Okay, so here we go. And those who disbelieve and reject our revelations, it is they who are the inmates of hell, its permanent residence. And what an evil abode that is. So this one is the 10th ayah. So it means that this context not belong to this world. This context, this ayah belongs to the afterlife. So what's the problem here?
No, my friend. Afterlife is not a musibah. Afterlife, you Muslim will go to heaven, and this verse is not even about those who don't believe.
Who said that all the Muslims will? Okay. Who said that all the Muslims go to heaven?
The books of tafsir. Aren't you a Muslim and you have books of tafsir?
Yeah.
Okay. What tafsir you like to read?
Any tafsir, no problem.
Okay. In fact, this verse here, because the non-believer, they say it. Well,
actually, I'm not seeing. Actually, the problem is, brother, that if you want to present something in front of me, I need your video or maybe something that you can open it for me. Then it will be easy.
You can see my screen, don't you? I have it on YouTube on the screen.
Oh, okay. I'm connecting with my cell phone, but
But no
yet
problem.
now I don't have a laptop here, so that's why I have a problem too.
You can open the interpretation, or as an example, Ibn Kathir or Al-Qurtubi. In fact,
No problem.
the kuffar, they were saying, well, if the Muslims are the people of Allah, well, how come Allah don't protect them? So Allah, He answered them that any bad things happen to anyone, it is by the permission of Allah. So this verse is specifically speaking about the Muslims, not afterlife.
Okay. So it means in this tafsir, this is a different version. You can say it in this tafsir. He is not saying that Allah will do that. Here is clearly mentioned that Allah's permission. For example, if you, I just want to give an example. If your school make a rule, okay, do this thing. So it means that your school permitted it, but it doesn't mean that your school is doing that thing. So what's the problem here?
You see, you just agreed with me.
Without Allah can stop it. Allah can stop it, but He will not do that.
Yeah.
It's against His laws, His rules.
Okay. All right. But what you did now, you agreed with me. You said Allah will. It's Allah. He have to approve the bad thing to happen to you. Correct?
No, not prove.
So what?
He didn't stop that. He didn't stop that.
He didn't stop that?
Yes, of course, because you have to read first. You have to understand the ideology of Islam. We are here for a test. We are here for an exam. This is our purpose of life, that we have to spend according to the rules, laws, and regulation which Allah gives us. Because this universe He creates, and He knows how we can live here. So if, for example,
I'm listening. Your voice is going.
Okay, now my voice is clear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is here we are on exam. So Allah will not stop anything. This is His how can I say that? This is His laws and rules. For example, you see that if you are a Christian, I listen a lot of time that Christian will always use the word that our God is loving. But if we see the disasters in this world, then we cannot find a loving God in this universe or in this world. So it means that if there is a God, then He will not stop something which happens here, because it's our exam.
Okay. I'm going to go with you. Did Allah write? Let us say you get sick. Did Allah write for you in His book that this person will get sick and he will die, or it's up to you to get sick?
No. Actually, you are claiming a different interpretation from the
I'm not claiming, my friend. I'm not claiming. I'm asking you. If you get sick, you as a Muslim, because you are the one who mentioned disaster on this earth. So if you get sick,
brother, Allah knows, and whatever He knows, He write down.
Oh, whatever He knows, He write down. So He don't decide for you if you will be happy or sad.
No, he will not decide, but He knows what happens in the next moment.
I see. I thought He would decide for you. Thank you for correcting me. Are you sure from that?
Yes, of course.
Like, did you study Islam in school? How come you know too much?
That's another question. I think that that's my personal matter.
Okay.
If you have any query, you can talk with me.
Yeah, sure. I'm learning from you. Let us see together what your prophet said about this, because all what you said to me have nothing to do with Islam, and you know nothing about Islam. This is your prophet.
Okay.
This is your prophet, and don't tell me now your prophet did not know, and you know better. Remember, already you confirmed to me that you are right and you know a lot, and I'm learning from you. So, and I ask you, is it your God before he created, when he created, you decide for you to be happy or not, sad or not? You said no. So here we go. This is your prophet, and I'm going to quote a da'if hadith, if you don't mind, because I like da'if hadith. This hadith.
No, you know very well why I cannot accept it, because
why?
If you know the rulings or rulings of the Za'if hadith, because Za'if hadith, the chain of the narrators are sometimes in the Za'if hadith, the chain of narrators are not complete, or maybe some liar person in this hadith. So it may be difficult. Maybe you can say hadith, you can put in front of me, so it will be easy for both of us.
Did you say there's a liar?
I said maybe sometimes in some hadith, some liars also present. So whenever our muhaddisin, we call them muhaddisin, who investigate the ahadith, so they even though they spend their whole life for this purpose, that we can get the original ahadith. So we know very well that what happens with Islamic.
But this about, you said investigate, and I like I like to watch a movie about investigation. But how somebody live today, he can investigate what Prophet Muhammad said 1400 years ago?
No. Then you don't know about the muhaddisin. Who are the muhaddisin?
Tell me.
Okay. So they are from around about after the death of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, around about 60 to 70 years, they start to investigate those ahadith, that who was the correct one and which was the wrong one, and they travel here and there, and then they collected it. So after a while, around about a 200 years period, then it will compiled in a book like that.
Oh, okay. Who is the most famous one who investigated the hadith? Do you know the name?
No, actually, I like to, if you have hadith like Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim, because these two persons have a how to say that, they have a strict criteria for hadith, and best criteria for hadith.
I see. So
most of the scholars also disagree with them because of their strict rules and regulations.
So you are saying Al-Bukhari, he was one of the greatest investigator for the hadith?
I'm saying that one of the, because he was not the investigator, he just make some some rules, and then he will check the ahadith, and he so many ahadith he rejected because of his rules.
So what if he fabricate his own rules?
Okay, let's see. This is another matter. Sometime if you want.
Well, anyway, Al-Bukhari, the one you asked for him, he never saw your prophet. He never witnessed your prophet. He never saw any of the companions. So how he can witness for what the prophet said? And not only that, there's no book. My friend, there's no book called Al-Bukhari. Do you know that?
My brother, do you saw Jesus?
Yeah, but we don't say we investigate the chain of narration all the way to Jesus. No, we have, listen, my friend. It's you Muslims. It's you. No, we have the Bible. We have the Bible. This is the book of God. This is not a hadith. So you Muslims, you collect stories about your prophet 1400 years after, and you say it is correct. Anyway, just to show you that everything you said have nothing to do really with proving what I'm going to say to you. Because the hadith I'm going to show you is Al-Bukhari, it is Sahih. So now what you would do, you have to accept, here we go. Al-Bukhari said, and this is the hadith.
I will submit, no problem. Okay. Even though if you will quote Za'if hadith, I will see the reference and then I will talk, no problem. Actually, I just want to clear one thing, that is this your criteria? If you cannot see someone or you cannot meet someone, then you have not to accept that person.
It is you Muslims who say that, because simply you Muslim, you say, how come you accept the Bible if it's written 40 years? 40. No, hold on. Let me answer you. My friend, let me answer you, please. So you say, how come you accept the book of John if written 40 years after Jesus? Well, you Muslims, your Quran, we don't even have Quran. You collect the Quran by Uthman after Muhammad, and then we don't have the book of Uthman. We don't even have recitation of Uthman. Yes, you don't. You have recitation of Hafs. You have recitation of Hafs. And Hafs was exist. Hafs, my friend, Hafs exists 200 years after. Hafs exists 200 years after your prophet. Al-Bukhari is the same. Al-Bukhari, he came to existence after the 18th centuries. So he never saw your prophet. He never witnessed your prophet. So how he can check the chain of narration?
Brother, you start commentary. Is it good?
Huh?
You start the commentary. Is it good?
What commentary?
Yeah, you just talk about like this is okay. Wait a minute.
No, I'm using your logic. So let us go to the topic. Your prophet said, at every womb, Allah appoint an angel who says, "O Lord, a drop of semen. O Lord, a clot of a blood. O Lord, a lump of a flesh." And then, if Allah wish to complete its creation, He create, and then the angel will ask, "Oh Allah, will it be male or female? Wicked or blessed? How much? No, this is not about knowing. He would decide how long he will live. He will decide his provision. He will decide he be sad or happy. This is what is going to be written as destiny.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. First of all, I want to, because you have a lot of claims, so I hope that you can give me a chance to answer those questions.
Sure.
Thank you, brother. First of all, you said that about Al-Hafs Quranic version. It's a linguistic matter, brother. Can you understand the linguistic matter?
Really? What is that?
Okay. So, for example, if I speak word C-O-L-O-R, color. C-O-L-O-U-R, color. Both are same or different?
But this is what I'm talking about, my friend. I'm saying that the Quran you have, my friend. I'm not talking about different Quran. I'm saying that the Quran you recite today is a recitation of a guy, his name is Hafs. You don't even have his book. You don't have the book of Uthman. You don't have the book of Muhammad. You don't have the Quran of Fatima. You don't have the Quran of anybody. So you don't even have a Quran. You don't have a book.
I even can't answer properly your one claim. Can you give me a chance to speak?
Well, you are talking. You gave me the microphone you asked me a question. I took the microphone to talk to you, and now you're complaining?
Okay, brother. Number two, you said that you don't have a Quranic scripture from Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam life.
What Hazrat mean? What Hazrat mean?
Yeah?
What Hazrat mean?
Oh, okay. Hazrat. Okay, I because actually I'm from Pakistan, so we use the word Hazrat. No problem.
Yeah, but Hazrat is equal to Mr. Are you calling your prophet Mr. Muhammad?
Oh, no problem. Mr. is a respected word. All English people use the Mr. word. What's the problem?
I see. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Mr. So, is there any problem with Mr. word?
Yeah, because according to Muslim, you should not say Mr. Muhammad. You should say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Mr. If you give some respect to someone, you use the word Mr.
I can use the word Mr. to make fun of somebody in the same time.
Okay, so it depends upon the person's...
no problem. So let us go. So you don't have a Quran, you don't have a manuscript, you don't have a single book. And now you have a recitation coming from a guy, his name is Hafs, and the Muslim, they say that Hafs was a liar. And you are the one who said to me, we have to check the chain of narration to be sure the hadith is not da'if. You will notice that Hafs, that not a single hadith he mentioned is accepted by Muslims. Hafs himself, his hadith is rejected. So how you accuse him to be a liar when he say hadith and you accept the Quran from him?
Okay, first of all, actually you have a lot of claims, but you cannot give me a chance to explain all of the
Go ahead,
problems.
explain, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, you said that you don't have a proof of Quran. So I think that you are a good person and justice person. You do justice, and you are also a Christian. So do you have all the manuscripts from Jesus?
We have, Jesus never wrote a book. Never.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you say do you have a manuscript from
Prophet
Jesus?
Muhammad also never wrote a book. Prophet Muhammad also never wrote a book.
Okay, who is the one who's supposed to make the Quran? Muhammad or somebody else?
Okay, so you first of all, my brother, you have to understand the history. At that time, a lot of, you know, how to say that, we have not a papers. We have at that time we have not so much.
So how your prophet he sent a letter to the king of the Roman in Jerusalem? You don't have papers? Who said so?
No.
Is it your prophet he sent a letter?
Okay, if you will, you can give me the evidence that it is written on paper. Maybe I think it is written on skin or something.
Skin is the same as paper. Who cares? So my friend, listen. Who is the one should collect? Who is the one should make the Quran? Put it in a book. Is it Muhammad? Is it Allah? Is it the companion? Is it you?
Okay, so you have read another hadith about the completion of Quran.
I'm asking you. I did not read yet.
Okay, so if you see the hadith from Bukhari, Muslim, from everywhere, you can find that how the Quran compiled. So first of all, revelation. Okay, wait a minute. So now I want to explain. First of all, revelations. So Allah's apostle cannot write or read something. So he just say, and most of the companions of Prophet Muhammad who can write, they can write down, and whoever want to just learn from her, they learn it, hifz it, how to say, sorry for my English, but I try my level best to explain. So after that, when they write down, then one by one, Allah's apostle listen what they write, and they recheck each other, and that's how it happens. And after when all the revelations come, then he compiled one Quran. They have not a lot of, at that time they have not lot. That day was not like today, that we just made a book and write down. It was very difficult at that era. It needs a lot of expenses to make one book, especially if you want to make. So at that time, they make one book, and from that book, after when Islamic, rulers have money comes, or how to say it, that when they have a lot of land, so then they write down the copies. So it is mentioned, everything is mentioned in Ahadith.
All right. So let us make it clear then. The one who collected the Quran is the companion of the Prophet, right? Not Allah.
Yes, Allah. No. What does it mean? Not Allah.
Well, I mean, did Allah is the one who put the Quran together after he sent it to Muhammad?
No, he made the how to say that, he made the atmosphere.
Okay, he made the atmosphere. But the Quran said, "Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu." So Allah, he promised in the Quran that it is on him, not on anyone, to collect the Quran and to put it together.
Yes, of course.
Not of course. No, a second ago, listen, my friend. A second ago, I asked you, is it Allah or the companion you said? Well, no, not Allah. Now you're saying, of course. Just because it's in the Quran says, in a second, that you change your mind? I asked you clearly, who is the one supposed to collect the Quran? No, my friend. I asked you, it's recorded. I asked you, who is the one who collected the Quran? Is it Allah or the companion? You said, of course not Allah.
I said already, if you talk about this world, yes, of course, we human did, but Allah create atmosphere, situations.
This
Can you
this is
understand?
not what the Quran is saying. The Quran is saying, it is for us, Muhammad. Don't rush with it. You do not need to write it. Don't rush with it. It is for us, chapter 75, verse number 17, and you can open it. You can read the interpretation. No
I
problem.
know very well what you are talking about. I know very well. Okay. Yes.
You know what? You know what is that? You know it?
Okay. So if you want to think about that, okay, Allah will not say that I will do it by myself.
No, it doesn't say.
So it's a silly question because I can give you the answer. It's a metaphoric statement. Can you understand?
So when Allah, he said he will collect the Quran, it's a metaphorical? I thought he have the Quran already. No, he said it's an us to collect it.
Statement for what?
What?
Okay, so for example, if in your book, if somewhere Jesus said or a God said that I am a stone, so it means he is a stone.
But this is not about he's saying he's a stone. He's talking about a book which is not written yet. So he's saying he will collect the Quran. Explain to me what he meant metaphorically. No problem. So Allah, my friend, Allah already have a book in heaven. He have a book. It's called the Quran, according to Muslim, correct? So he have a book in heaven. Now he send verses to Muhammad, and now he is saying to Muhammad, it is on us to collect the verses we send to you. Explain that metaphorically for me.
Okay, so I have already told you that he creates the atmosphere. He creates the situations.
What situation? He gave him Quran. What situation? He gave him the Quran. And now he is saying, he said, I will collect it. He didn't say, I will make your companion after you die collect it. He did not say, you write it. He said, I will collect it. Is Muhammad and Allah is one?
What does it mean? What does it mean?
You tell me, open the interpretation. It says Allah will collect the Quran. Allah will collect the Quran, as simple as that. Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu.
Okay. So what happens here?
You tell me. You told me it's a metaphorical. Tell me what does that mean? You keep telling me atmosphere. He's talking about Quran. What atmosphere?
Okay.
I will collect the Quran.
Okay. Can you tell me the verse number? Okay, I can explain it to you. Can you tell me the verse number?
Chapter 75, verse number 17.
Okay, wait a minute.
So you are answering me with my friend without knowing what chapter we are talking about, what verse? I mean, you must be...
No problem.
You must be a big sheikh.
Wait a minute, brother. I know this ayah, but I don't know the exact verses.
Okay.
So what's the problem? Chapter 17. I never says that I am a Hafiz al-Quran.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. Chapter 17, ayah number?
Chapter 75. Verse number 17.
Chapter 75.
Verse number
Ayah
17.
number?
Verse number 17.
Verse number 17, okay. Okay. Sorry for delay. I'm just...
No problem. Don't worry.
Okay. So here we go. That lo upon us reset the putting together thereof and the reading thereof. Okay. So here is I want to see the 16 ayah. No issue. Okay. So it become easy to understand the context as well.
Okay.
Okay, so can you open verse number 16?
It is, yeah, it's in front of me. I did read this verse for you already.
Okay, so can you read it?
Yeah. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به. Do you understand what I said?
Yeah, I am understanding, but your viewers, you have to talk in English so they can understand easily.
Oh, okay. So how Allah, he spoke to you in Arabic then? how you can explain to me the Quran in what it's mean if you
Brother,
need to read
please,
the English?
okay. First of all, we have to conclude one issue, then we can go to another issue. No problem. I will give you the answer of that. No problem.
Okay, so you read it. As long as you read all you need is the English, you read it, then go ahead. Read the English one. I thought you need my help in the Arabic, because I'm sure your English is better than mine.
Maybe your followers can believe on you, so you can read it.
Okay, to move not your tongue concerning between two brackets the Quran, O Muhammad, to make haste therewith. Okay, and
So okay, so here you understand that there Allah explains easily. The context tells us that Allah is giving us, how to say that he is making atmosphere. He is making some climate that Quran will be safe in future.
where is going to be saved? Where is going to be saved? You say it. You keep saying Allah make it atmosphere. What is the atmosphere?
Brother, which book is the most, how to say that, which book, or most of the people in this world, which book they already knows by their heart? Which one is the book?
Okay, so let me ask you,
billions of people, they have a Quran in their heart.
Nobody has the Quran in his heart, not a single one.
Yeah?
No, because each one of you have different Quran. The majority, they have the Quran of Hafs, nobody have the Quran of Allah. And now let me ask you, can Muhammad recite the Quran by his heart? Muhammad, your prophet himself.
Yes, of course.
Okay, if you read the interpretation, it says that Allah will save the Quran in the prophet's heart. Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course. This is the situation. Allah is creating.
Okay, so how the prophet he forget the Quran then?
Now you are talking about another verses.
No, we are not. We are not talking about. We're talking about the same thing. Your prophet himself cannot remember the Quran. So if the one who is the best one to recite the Quran, Muhammad. Muslims, they learn the Quran. Muslims, they learn the Quran from Muhammad. So how your prophet himself, he forget the Quran?
Brother, again you are claiming a new thing. Can you prove it from ahadith, Sahih ahadith?
Okay, I have so hadith. It's not da'if, it's not strong. It says here, this hadith have corona.
Okay, so this is against this verse. So we have to reject this because of this. This hadith have no grade of Sahih. This is why they give the grade Hasan, because it is against the Quran.
So if it's a corona hadith, is not accepted no more?
Of course, because it's clear cut and mentioned in Quran that Hazrat Muhammad's life is according to the Quran. It is mentioned in Quran.
So you will accept it. You will accept it only if it is Sahih.
Yeah, no, I can accept Hasan, but if it is not contradict with Quran, that's the issue.
Are you saying to me, you Muslim, you write hadith against the Quran?
Do you know why they give this hadith Hasan? Why they give this hadith a grade Hasan?
Where it says Hasan? Where it says Hasan? I did not say the word Hasan.
Okay, so which hadith you are?
By the way, what Hasan mean? What Hasan mean?
Okay, Hasan means Hasan sometimes is Sahih, sometimes is Zaif. Sometimes some context is right, some context is against different Sahih hadith. For example, if I have two hadiths, one is Sahih, another is Hasan. Some context is matching and another is contradictory. So it means that this is not correct.
I see. So if this hadith is authentic, we will accept it.
Not yet finished here. Also, again we have to first of all we have to see the chain of narrators. Which one are the?
Yeah, I lost you.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we have to see that which chain of narrators are the true people. Their lives. We have to see their lives. That around the people, they are saying if he is a good person, he never lies. So this is how it works about hadith.
Oh, okay.
It's a complicated and complicated.
So just a conclusion, if this hadith is sahih, we have to accept it. If not, then not. Correct?
No, if it not contradicts Quran, then we have to accept it.
So how the hadith is called authentic if it contradicts the Quran then? How you call it authentic then? I thought if the hadith is authentic, that means it is true and it's authentic.
Okay,
That's why you call it authentic.
Okay.
So how you say to
Can
me
you give another-
it is authentic and then it's contradict the Quran, so we reject it?
Okay. No. I told you before that this is not the one issue. This is an issue, but this is not only a one issue. We can see a whole picture. For example, we have to see the chain of narrators. We have to see the Sahih Ahadith.
I know. You told me that. You told me that already, my friend. You told me that already. You don't repeat yourself.
Okay.
I'm saying, if the hadith is already called authentic, if the scholars, they say the hadith is authentic, and this hadith contradicts the Quran, how it is authentic yet contradict the Quran?
I cannot understand what you are saying.
I will explain to you again. If we have a hadith, and this hadith, it says it is authentic,
Okay.
not so, not maybe, authentic. And then this
Okay.
hadith, this authentic hadith, contradict the Quran. Can we accept the hadith, which is authentic, which means it's true? The Prophet, he said that.
Okay, no problem. If all the things are okay, if all the rules and regulations are fine, then you can give me any hadith, no problem.
All right. So if the hadith contradicts the Quran, then I can give.
No, don't worry. If you have an authentic hadith, it will never contradict with Quran. No problem. Tell me.
It never contradict, or even if it's contradict.
Yeah. What do you say?
You said you accept authentic hadith which contradict the Quran.
I said that you will not give me authentic hadith which contradicts Quran. No problem. Tell me.
Okay, wonderful. Well, here we go. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. It says, Allah Messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night, and he said, may Allah bestow His mercy on him. And then he says, he said, he reminded me of verses such and such, which I forgot. I was caused to be forgot. So a Muslim man, he reminded your Prophet of verses he totally forgot.
Okay, can you give me the reference of that hadith? I want to.
Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 5038.
Okay, Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number. Which hadith number can you tell me?
5038.
5038. Okay. Okay. So narrated Aisha, Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, may Allah bestow His mercy on him, as he has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs, which I was caused to forget. Okay, so what's the problem here? The Prophet is not saying, that person is saying. What's the problem?
No, the Prophet saying that.
No, okay. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, what he said, may Allah bestow His mercy on him, comma. Can you understand? Comma.
Yeah,
as he has reminded me of such and such verses. He first says that Allah, he is praising that Allah mercy on me. Then he said, why is Allah's mercy on him? Because as he has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs, which I was caused to forget. So here is not about talking about the Prophet. Prophet was heard, not he heard a man reciting the Quran. So what's the issue here, brother?
Give me a second.
My English is not very good. I hope your English is very good, but how can you not understand that?
My friend, let me tell you what happened. Your prophet, he heard a man reciting the Quran, and he said, this man,
Who said?
Allah, the prophet, he said,
No, that manna said, that person said, Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said. Who said? That person is saying.
No, my friend, the man is reciting the Quran. The one who said is the prophet.
Okay, I'm again seeing Bilayla Faqala Yarham.
I like your Arabic, man. You are so good in Arabic.
Okay, so brother, here we go. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, as he has reminded me of such and such verses. Okay, you are right. Here we go. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night. Some person is reciting a Quran, and Allah's messenger says, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, that Allah will mercy on him, as he has reminded me. He never says, I forget. He said, he has reminded. It means he already knows. He already knows, but he reminded. Reminded doesn't mean forget.
Man, I thought he said he forgot. But you see, it says there, which I was caused to be forget. Do you see it? What do you mean he did not say he forgot? It says there, it says...
He has reminded me of, okay, no problem. He has reminded me of such and such verses, of such and such surah, which I was caused to forget. This means that at that moment, it doesn't mean he already forget. At that moment, he just, for example, if I am walking around and someone is reciting a Quran, some verses between the surah, and I don't know from which surah. So at that moment I just forget. Okay, this was that surah.
You know,
so it means.
Listen. So look what happened. Your prophet not only saying he forgot verses, he forgot surahs. So how many surahs your prophet he forgot, and nobody remind him of it? Because if the prophet himself forgetting what Allah told him.
As he has reminded me of such and such verses, of such and such surahs.
Surahs, okay, surahs. That means the whole chapter is gone.
No, not surahs. You have to read such and such verses of such and such surah. Actually, he is
okay,
reciting some verses.
How many verses? How many verses? We do not know.
Here is not mentioned that how many verses.
We do not know. Maybe the whole surah. But hold on. So did Allah promise Muhammad in the verse we saw together?
Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you. Your interpretation and my interpretation both are accurate, but actual problem is that if this hadith is sahih, so it means I have to see all the situation here.
It says Sahih already. We showed you that. This is Sahih Bukhari, my friend.
Yes. So again, I am saying that if it was against the Quranic verses, Bukhari will never mention that hadith. If he is mentioning here, so it means that situation was different. That was not your interpretation. That was my interpretation. That, for example, even you can think about that. For example, if I am going,
do we agree? Do we agree that your prophet he forgot some verses now?
No, he just at that moment.
No problem. At that moment, guys, it's at that moment. So do we agree, me and you, that at that moment your prophet you don't remember those verses?
So wait, brother, you can't understand. If someone for the moment something, it doesn't mean he forgets always.
Well, if he did not forget always, if he did not forget always, my friend, if he did not forget always, then there is no need for this drama. He knew it already. But he is appreciating the man who reciting the verses. Muhammad, he cannot remember. And you will notice here it says, I caused to forget.
Okay. I want to tell. For example,
who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran?
Okay. I will explain.
Okay.
That was a movement. For example, if I know one book by my heart, someone is reciting something from that book, but in the middle of that book. So sometimes I can also confuse. I can also forget, from where this ayat, or from where he is quoting that thing. So I say, okay. Now I can understand. So it means that's a situation. Not you can put it that every time he forgets.
I don't know, my friend. I don't know why you insulted the Prophet, peace be upon him, because you just said he is being confused. So Allah's guidance was not with Muhammad, and he was confused by Allah. And then who is the one who made Muhammad forget the Quran?
Allah never says in the Quran anywhere that my Prophet will never confuse. Even Allah explains a lot of.
Did Allah in the Quran says anywhere Allah will never make Muhammad forget?
Okay. Even Allah told us the stories about different prophets when they were in this world. They were confused sometimes because they are humans. If they are not confused, then
focus with me. Did Allah?
Wait a minute. Complete my answer. Please, you have to complete my answer.
Okay.
If a human is perfect, then there is no meaning that God is perfect, because human can also be perfect. Okay.
Done.
I want to say, my English is not good. I told you before. I want to say that in our ideology, only God is perfect.
All right.
No creature can be perfect.
Okay, so listen. Let me repeat my question.
Hazrat Muhammad will be 100% perfect.
Did Allah?
It means
we are not talking about perfect. We are not talking about perfect. You are the one who said to me that millions and millions of Muslims they memorize the Quran. So how come the Prophet himself? How come the Prophet did not memorize the Quran perfectly? It's you who mentioned that, not me. You said to me, there's millions of Muslims, they memorize the Quran word by word perfectly. So how come he is the Prophet and he cannot do what a Muslim kid can do?
Okay, so many times a lot of big people who are best scholars, even they are Hafiz al-Quran. Sometimes they also forget, but it doesn't mean they are not Hafiz al-Quran. Sometimes.
No problem, but how you can memorize the Quran from somebody, he himself, he forgot the Quran, because we do not know how many verses he forgot, and nobody heard him. So now we have a proof that Muhammad, he do forget the Quran. And let me now make it simple for you. Did Allah promise Muhammad that he will give him Quran, and Muhammad will never forget in the Quran?
No problem, because whenever the recitations come, always a lot of companions can write down. So, and also a lot of other companions can also.
You are not answering. My friend, focus with me. Take it easy. Did Allah promise Muhammad, just to help you, because if Allah did not promise Muhammad to remember the Quran perfectly, then we can say.
I have also a lot of primary.
Did Allah promise Muhammad not to forget the? After you answer this one, please. Did Allah promise Muhammad?
I have also a question.
Let's finish the topic. Did Allah promise Muhammad not to forget the Quran?
Yes, he never forget.
It says here it was supposed to be forgotten.
No, it was a situation, a small situation.
That's it, he forgot.
So Allah's again heart. Allah's make him a situation. that he heard from someone.
My friend,
So what's the
situation or
problem?
not, if I go to if you ask me now, can you tell me what you said yesterday? And I say I forgot. Situation is I forgot. Situation, not situation. He forgot.
Allah created a situation that he cannot forget. No problem.
Okay, so did Allah promise Muhammad? My friend, focus with me.
This I can put in front of you. Okay, if you claim that Allah promised that Hazrat Muhammad not forget, then this is my proof. That you see, if Hazrat Muhammad forget, okay, Allah gave him a situation that he will not forget.
You're trying to avoid my question. I'm saying, did Allah anywhere promise Muhammad not to forget the Quran?
Yes, of course.
So how he forgot the Quran? How he promised him never forget the Quran? And you are saying to me in this situation he forgot the Quran?
Never forget a Quran. Okay, where he is?
It's in front of you. It's in front of you.
Never.
Huh?
In which ayah he used the word never?
Oh, you are saying the Quran never say never.
No, you said that Allah says never forget.
So if there's no verse now, are you using that against me as a weakness in my argument? How I can find you a verse says, how in the world I will find you now a verse saying that I give you Quran and you will not forget?
Okay, brother, you can understand it. It's okay. If you don't like Islam, no problem.
No, focus with me. You are asking me to create a verse for you, saying to me, where is the verse saying that I give you Quran and you will not forget it? So you are asking me to create a verse to prove that.
Brother, you listen. You give me a hadith where it clearly mentions when Hazrat Muhammad forgets some hadith, Allah's give him a situation, create a situation that he will not forget. So how can you say that Allah wants Hazrat Muhammad to forget something if he says that?
I don't understand. You asked me to provide you a proof from the Quran that Allah, He said, I will give you Quran and you will never forget. You said that to me. And I told you how I can find that. So are you saying because Allah did not say you will not forget the Quran, this is why Muhammad he forgot in this case the Quran?
No, you choose the word never. So I said where it mentions never.
Okay, so if it mentioned never, that means we are in trouble. Well, this is the verse in the Quran. Allah, He said never. He said to him, سَنُقْرُؤُكَ فَلَا تَنْسَى. We are going to give you the Quran and you recite it and you will never forget it.
So this is my brother, this hadith proves that, for example, Hazrat Muhammad forget, Allah create a situation that he not forget.
What? A second ago, you are challenging me to show you where in the Quran it says you never forget. And now I mentioned the Quran say, سَنُقْرُؤُكَ فَلَا تَنْسَى. And now you are saying situation. We got the situation. A second ago, you challenged me. Everybody heard you. Everybody heard you.
Brother.
Saying that, you know, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
brother. Okay, brother. But I want to listen. I want to tell you that if, for example, if Allah, according to Islamic ideology, if Allah creates a situation, what's the problem?
My friend, a second ago you challenged me. You said where in the Quran it says Allah will not make you forget. Well, the Quran says so. Same time in the hadith in front of you it says, I caused to be forgotten. Who is the one who caused Muhammad to forget?
Maybe the evil sources, but Allah create a situation.
So who is the one you think?
Shaitan is an evil source.
Okay, so who is the one who made Muhammad forget? Allah or Shaitan? It's for the benefit of who? It's for the benefit of who to forget the Quran? Allah or Shaitan?
No. Shaitan tried to do that, but Allah stopped him. So no problem.
I see. Well, here we go. The Quran says that in chapter 87, verse number 6, we will give you the Quran. We will give you the Quran, and you will not forget. So who is the one who caused Muhammad to forget?
Okay, I told you that Allah created a situation. He proves what he said.
So are you saying to me that the one who made Muhammad forget the Quran is Allah?
He proves, because if he said something, for example, okay, I can give you another example. For example, if I said I will do justice, then we have to create something that we have to find. Okay, I'm doing justice.
So are you saying to me, your Allah, he created atmosphere for Muhammad to make him forget the Quran?
No problem. He just to prove his verse, no problem.
Okay, but who is the one who caused Muslim to forget Quran? Allah or Shaitan?
It depends upon humans. Sometimes they do that, but according to Islamic ideology, human and evil sources together do something.
But here in the verse it says, Allah, he said, I will recite the Quran for you and you will never forget.
Okay, so what happened?
So who it happened? I'm asking you, is it Shaitan who make him forget the Quran?
I don't know, because in this hadith, it is not mentioned. Hazrat Muhammad will never, the Prophet Muhammad, apostle, messenger, he never says that who will do that. But just said, I forget.
You said to me, Allah created a special situation. You said that 100 times. So now you are accused Allah that he is the one who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran. Everybody heard you saying, Allah, he caused a specific situation. Allah, he made a special atmosphere.
Okay, I will prove it to you from your Bible that it happens so many times in Bible as well.
So in the Bible it says that Jesus, he forgot the Quran?
No, not forgot the Quran, but some different scenarios.
Okay, when you say that you forget the Quran, is that you forgetting to remember the word of Allah?
First of all, if you believe something which you already believe, and then you want to make some other laws for another belief, is that right, or is that hypocrisy?
What is that? Sorry again.
If you believe something which is already in your scripture, but when you want to see another scripture, you have same queries which is already present in your scripture. So can we say it hypocritic statement?
Yeah, you can say this is what the Muslims they do, because the Muslims they say that their book is not corrupt, and now we are seeing that their prophet himself never remember his book. So how you say we memorize the Quran by heart and you keep bragging about it?
Muslim said what?
The Muslim they say the Quran is preserved, but even their prophet himself could not preserve the Quran.
Okay, so no problem. Where is written that he just forget? If you want
I just showed you. So what you are talking about?
You show me the reference where it confirms that the Allah creates a situation that a messenger will not forget. So what's the problem?
It says in chapter 87, verse number 6, it says, Allah will not make Muhammad forget. So Allah could not keep his promise.
Okay, this hadith is favoring me, because from this hadith we can conclude that if someone forget, Allah create a situation. So he do promise.
What situation, my friend? He promised you. If I promise you that you will not forget, and why Allah will Muhammad to forget? You tell me. Give me a reason Allah want Muhammad to forget what he sent him.
Okay, so this is the problem. Sometimes I want to tell you like that, because if we are talking in Urdu language, then it was very easy to make you understand, but in English.
And if I am talking to you in Arabic language, the language of Allah will make it way easier to make you go crazy. So now don't play the game of languages. We are speaking English, me and you, both of us, English is not our first language, but this is not an excuse that we can communicate. So I'm asking you, why Allah will cause Muhammad to forget the Quran? Give me the reason.
Okay, I'm giving you. Wait a minute.
Hmm.
If someone has some attributes, and we have to see his attributes, then we must have a situation.
Why Allah created the situation? What is the benefit for Allah to make His prophet forget his Quran?
Do you believe on evil sources or evil?
So are you saying to me Allah is evil sources?
Brother, I am explaining you from another example. Do you believe that evil is present in this world?
Well, we will talk about evil after you answer who is the one who caused Muhammad. Why you are talking about evil sources unless you want to say that the one who made the Quran forgotten is Shaitan? So who is the one? Let me repeat my question. Who is the one who caused Muhammad to be forgetting the Quran? Allah or Shaitan?
This is not mentioned here, so that's why I'm quiet, because I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you.
If you know, you can tell.
Huh?
If you know, you can tell.
Oh, no problem. I'm learning from you. You know. Here we go. So if we go in the Quran, let us open this Quran page here, and then we will find some verses saying that the one who caused you to forget the Quran is Shaitan. Shaitan, my friend. So who is the one who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran?
Okay, this verse will be okay, you are right. So what's the problem?
Okay, so the one who caused you to forget the Quran is Shaitan. Do we agree?
Okay, another.
So you agree now?
Okay. Go on, brother. Go on. Okay.
No, tell me, I want you to agree. Agree or not?
I said okay. I said already okay.
No, don't tell me okay. Say I agree.
Okay, I agree. Because give me the proof. No problem.
All right. Chapter 6, verse number 68. Chapter 12, verse number 42. Chapter 6, verse 112. Chapter 18, chapter 18, verse number 63. Chapter 58, verse number 19. So Allah, Shaitan is the one who make you forget. So all those speak about Shaitan causing you to forget. So do we agree now?
Yes, I already told you. Okay.
All right.
Go on.
So
what you said, I know very well. But you.
So now, do we agree, me and you now, that the one who caused Quran to be forgotten is Shaitan?
But Allah will never help. Okay, Allah will create a situation that it will never happen.
But we just saw Muhammad, he forgot the Quran.
For example, brother, listen. For example, if someone wants to do something with me, it's okay, he tries. But another one stop it. So what's the problem here?
No, already he forgot. What stop it? He forgot.
So Allah create a situation he not forgot.
Okay.
Can you understand?
So are you saying that the Prophet he been caused to forget the Quran by Shaitan, and then Allah made that man recite the Quran so the Prophet will remember it?
Can you again question?
So are you saying that when the Prophet forgot the Quran, Allah is not the one who made him forget, it was Shaitan, but Allah made the man recite the Quran so the Prophet will remember it?
Yes, Allah created a situation.
Okay, I asked you before, if your decision is made by you or by Allah, you said by me. So now you are saying to me that the man will recite the Quran, it was not his decision, it was the decision of Allah. So now we are going back to zero. So destiny, even for this person who recited the Quran, it was a destiny. That's number one. Number two, don't tell me no. Listen.
No.
Do Allah cause anyone, my friend?
I understand what you're talking about. I can explain it, no problem. Okay, go on. You just speak, then I'll.
Do you believe Allah can cause anyone to forget the Quran? Drink, yeah. You sound bad.
Yes, of course, Allah also can do that if He want to remove some verses which are just for the situation which is created at that time. Allah.
So why Allah? So how you Muslim you lie to us saying that the Quran is preserved it turned to be that even Allah don't want the Quran to preserve. Because you just said, Allah will cause the Muslim to forget the Quran for some situation. But that means the Quran is not preserved. Allah, He gave Quran, and then after He gave Quran, He caused you to forget the Quran.
Okay, I will give you the example, then you can easily understand. For example, I wrote a book. Something I write down on that book, and after a while, I want to remove it.
Why?
So, wait a minute. After publishing that book, can anyone ask me the question, you write down that sentence and then you remove it?
Yeah, but people will ask you why you remove it.
No one can ask. No one can ask because that is my book. That is my decision.
Okay.
So Allah.
Wait a minute. But this is not the problem now. The problem is we know it's your book, but now why you give it to us if you don't want it to be with us?
Wait a minute, brother. Can you listen? In Quran as well, Allah says something that was for a while, for some moment, and then He decided when that matter is finished. Then he decided because He's all-knowing. He thinks that this verse is not now useful for Muslims, so he removed it.
Well, there's many verses. There's many verses in the Quran. They are abrogated, but it's still in the Quran. It's still in the Quran. It's still the Muslim to recite them. So now, why you took some verses but you don't want them to stay? Is it Shaitan? You agree, me and you, that Shaitan is the one who caused the Quran to be forgotten. So now Allah is taking the side of Shaitan. He is the one himself who is causing the Quran to be forgotten. Not even the Shaitan no more. So it is for the benefit of who? To make them forget the Quran. They can still, even if it's abrogated, the verse can stay there, and Muslim they will know it's abrogated. And there's many verses in the Quran already abrogated, still there. So why some verses Allah caused the Muslim to forget?
Brother, be a good man. If Shaitan caused, Allah stop it. Complete the sentence.
Will He stop it?
He created the situation.
What situation?
We already discussed it.
No, my friend, you did not discuss anything. You keep saying to me create a situation. Your Prophet already forgot. So how many verses? Muhammad, nobody remind him. Muhammad, nobody remind him ever. Here it's a one scenario about a man was reciting some verses, and then Muhammad says, man, I forgot about them. But God knows how many. As an example, when Allah, listen. I will make it simple for you. You said Allah will cause the Quran to be forgotten. For what purpose? Is that because He will make a better Quran?
I told you, I can again tell you that in some verses, when they were revealed, that were a specific situation. That verses for a specific situation. When Allah sees that this situation is finished, then Allah's remove that ayat from Quran. So what's the problem here?
The problem is, if Allah knew the future, why He sent verses? They are not good.
But that verses were for the moment, for that situation.
Yeah, but they are not good anyway. Even for that moment, they are not good. Okay, to make it simple. Did Allah cause? Okay, hold on. My friend, listen. Let us not to play. Okay. Is Allah a witch or He is God? A witch, she will make a magic. The magic did not work, so she tried different magic.
No.
Okay, then why Allah, He says something, didn't work, He replaced it with something else. Can't Allah make what He said to be true and good? Did Allah find that He made a mistake and He decided to write Quran better than the previous Quran?
It is not a mistake. You are misinterpreting it. If I decide to do something in a specific situation, and after that situation completed, Now there is no need for that thing. It doesn't mean that whatever you are saying. It doesn't mean that.
Choice mean, you said to me, Allah made a law, and then Allah, or He made a verse, and then Allah decide to delete the verse. Is that because He found that He should make something better?
Allah made Allah. You said Allah made Allah.
Allah, He made a verse, and then the same Allah, He made other verse better than the previous verse. Is that the case?
Because okay. Now I can understand that you how to give the answer.
Okay.
Maybe you cannot understand me.
Uh-huh.
For example, these verses come from Allah. These verses are for whom?
Not for me.
For humans. These verses are for humans.
Okay, so Allah gave verses for humans. So did Allah make a mistake when He made them?
I'm not completing my answer yet. Please request you. So Allah has given these verses for humans. So humans' life is different. Human scenarios are different. Human situations are different. So Allah gives some verses for them to whatever the situation is, to how to say it in English, to establish that situation, or how to say for Allah's give that verses for some situation, not for Him, for humans. And when that situation, wait a minute, when that situation is eliminated, or that situation is finished, then Allah thinks, because He is all wise, He thinks now this verse is not useful for a future humankind. So He remove it. So what's the problem here?
Okay. When Allah removed the verses, does it happen a few hours after He made the verse?
I want to also add something. So it means from this explanation, it is confirmed that Allah is all wise. He knows better than humans. He knows better than you.
As long He knew better, why He changed His mind second day?
Second, okay, humans, you are trying to think God like a human. Human is a second situation. Allah knows everything. If Allah is all-knowing, then He is all-wise as well.
Okay.
So if He knows whatever happened in that situation, what He thinks He give us, and when He thinks that, okay, this is now not good for humans, this is not for Allah, this is for humans, because we are not perfect. Our situations are not always same.
Okay, my friend, can you forget about a human and you know what a human now? Listen to me carefully. Forget about the human. Is Allah perfect? Is Allah perfect?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Is it possible that I will make a verse and then tomorrow morning I will delete that verse?
Because that verse is for humans, not for Allah.
I know, but what happened in 8 hours?
Humans are not perfect.
If Allah He gave a verse 7 p.m. If Allah listen. If Allah gave a verse 7 p.m. at night, and then by 5 a.m. He deleted the verse and He gave a different one. Why?
So we have to know the better explanation for that.
Okay. In the case of murder, women for the women, man for the man, slave for the slave. Do you agree with this verse?
Yeah, of course.
Do you follow it?
Yeah.
Until now?
I'm not understanding what you are saying.
If a man, he killed a man, a free man, he killed a free man, the free man will be killed. A slave for the slave, a free for free, female for the female. Do you agree with this law of Allah, or you like to delete it?
Yes, of course.
You agree with it? You don't want to delete it?
No. If it is mentioned in Quran, who am I to delete it?
Exactly. But why Allah he deleted? Because this one is deleted.
I'm a human, brother. Allah,
My friend,
brother,
Allah,
you
you
are
said
giving
to
an
me,
example of me.
you said to me, you agree with it and you follow it and you will not delete it. But this is what Allah deleted.
But for example,
Allah deleted this verse by following. You said you follow it. I asked you, do you follow it? You said, of course. Do you believe in it? You said, of course. You said, do you practice it? You said, of course. Do you want to delete it? You said, no, I will delete it. But this is what Allah delete. Allah, he decided, he gave this verse at night. Second day in the morning, he gave them different verse. So what kind of God is God? This is in the case of murder. What happened? It's a murder anyway. In the case of murder, free for free, slave for a slave, women for women. But because Muslims, they start laughing at Muhammad, what kind of a prophet is God? He says to him, if you kill my wife, I kill your wife. If you kill my slave, I kill your slave. And then now we have more victims. We don't have the criminal is free. Only in the case of a white man killing a white man, the white man will be killed. And then Muhammad, second day, he woke up, he told them, forget about what Allah told me. Allah gave me better verse.
From where you are quoting this? Do you have any proof?
The chapter of the Hindu, verse number 178.
Chapter of?
The Hindus.
Okay. Wait, a chapter of the Hindus? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, English, I'm not. Can you tell me the surah?
Well, the chapter of the Hindus, verse 178.
Chapter of the Hindus? 178. What does it mean? Chapter of the Hindus. What? Allah says that the frustrated are those who do not understand. What does it mean? I cannot understand. Chapter of Hindus, verse number. I can't understand. Can you tell me the surah number?
Chapter 2, the chapter cow, the one the Hindus, they like it. The cow chapter. Chapter of the cow, verse number 178.
Hello?
Hello, I'm waiting for you.
No, I can't understand. Which thing you are quoting?
Chapter 2, verse 178.
Chapter 2, 178. Okay.
Yeah.
Chapter 178. Verse 178. Okay. O believers, O you who have believed, prescribed for you is legal retribution for those murdered, the free for the free, the slave for the slave, and the female for the female. Whoever overlooks from his brother, and there should be a suitable follow-up and payment to him. Okay, what's the problem here? Please tell me.
Do you follow this verse?
Yes, of course. What's the problem? Please, can you tell me?
You cannot follow this verse. What do you mean, yes, of course? This is a verse that's deleted from the Quran. It's abrogated.
Who said? Who said to you?
You're a prophet.
No. This is not deleted.
It's not.
This is not deleted. Every Muslim believe on this verse, and even our Sharia law.
So you Muslims, if somebody kills somebody's wife, you kill his wife?
No. Now you are misinterpreting.
No, you can read the interpretation.
Okay. I will. No problem. It is about qisas. Can you understand qisas?
No, I don't understand. You tell me.
Okay. Qisas means Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu kutiba alaykum qisasun fi al-qatala. Okay, so here we go.
I love you, my friend. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. O you who have believed prescribed for you is legal retribution for those murdered. For example, the free for the free. So as this is happened at that time, in that culture.
At that time, okay. But you told me you follow it today. You told me now you follow it.
Brother, can you listen to me?
Didn't you tell me you follow it today? What do you mean at that time?
I am following that, so I want to explain you to understand the qisas. Can you understand?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, so at that culture, if for example, I have a lot of slaves, I kill someone, I have a lot of slaves. And when he want, how to say that, he want that retribution. So he came to me and I gave him 2 slaves. Okay, kill them. So Allah stopped that ritual at that time and he said, the free for the free. If some free man will kill, so that free man will be killed. Okay? If another thing I want to say, the slave for the slave. If slave kills someone, then that slave will be killed, not another person. Not another person. Again.
What are you reading?
Wait a minute, I want to complete that.
Yeah,
what
are you reading before you continue? Where do you get what you are reading from? Where do you get this from?
Brother, it is written in all the tafsir. It is written in the...
Well, here we go. This is the tafsir. It doesn't say what you are saying, my friend.
Okay, wait a minute.
This is the tafsir. So
you will show me tafsir.
Yeah. I will show you all the tafsir.
I want to complete my answer, then you will show me the tafsir. No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. So here, for example, Allah says, and female for the female. At that time, if I am a rich person and my lady kill another person, then I will say, okay, this is my lady. You cannot kill him. You can kill another person. So that was the performance at that time. Injustice was performed. So here Allah says that if female kills any female, then that female will kill, not another one.
What if a man he killed a female? There's no punishment then.
Again, same ruling.
If a man, no, you just say the free for the free. Listen, you just say the free for the free. Okay. Slave for the slave, women for the women. So
okay. There are two.
Why Allah assuming that the one who killed the women is a woman?
Okay, no problem. I will.
Men don't kill women.
Okay, I'm telling you. Here is the word used: free for free, slave for slave. Not mention men or women.
Okay, so if a man he killed a slave, can the free man be killed for killing a slave based on this verse?
Yeah.
Well, this is totally the opposite from the tafsir, my friend. Here we go. This is tafsir al-Jalalain. It says it clearly that a free man. Listen. It's not up to you. It's not up to you or up to me, my friend. It's not up to you. It's not good to fabricate things. People are witness. So here it says free. Here we go. People are my witness. I have it on the screen. Free for the free, slave for the slave. Here it says, and if a free man killed for a free man, not for a slave. A free man will be killed, not for a slave. So if a free man killed a free man will be killed. But if a free man he killed a slave, he won't be killed.
You are talking to me?
I'm reading the interpretation.
Okay, from which? Tafsir al-Jalalain?
Tafsir al-Jalalain, yes. You can check it out yourself.
Right now I haven't Tafsir al-Jalalain, but on this ayat, this tafsir have 2 to 3 pages. Can you read it all?
It's in the beginning. It says a free man is killed for a free man, not for a slave. Everybody can see it, my friend. Let me give you the link. Here we go. You can open it on your side, and you can read it. Here we go. They make it simple for you. All right, here we go. I will send it to you in the chat. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You can open it from your side, and this is your official government website.
No problem.
Yeah, this is a Catholic website, you know, and this Catholic website always tell the truth.
Okay, how to open this?
Click at the link in the chat. It is
It
is the website of the Pope of the Catholic. He explained this. He explained this verse.
Okay, I'm opening. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, who believe prescribed made obligatory for you is relative on equal terms regarding the slain both. Okay, so you give me the link. Oh, you who believe prescribed made obligatory for you is retaliation on equal terms. You are listening?
I'm listening.
Regarding the slain, both in the attributes of the one slain and in the action involved, a free man is killed for a free man, not for a slave, which I am explaining to you. Which I am explaining to you. And a slave for a slave. I already told you that if I at that time, if I have a lot of slaves, I kill someone and they want a retaliation, I give them 2 or 3 slaves to kill them.
Okay.
So that ritual is also explaining in this. If you can read this, you just see here. The slain, both in the attributes of the one slain, in the action involved. A free man is killed for a free man, not for a slave. And a slave